Time for another Man in Gray book review. Today's book is Our Senses, an Immersive Experience by Rob DeSalle, published in 2018 by Yale University Press. It's 312 pages. We were taught in school that there are five senses: vision, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. But that's an oversimplification. We also have the sense of where our body is oriented in space, which is called proprioception. We can also sense pain, heat, and moisture. Some animals can sense stimuli far beyond our ability: ultrasound, infrared radiation, and even magnetic fields. Why we have the senses we do, how they evolve, and how our senses work is the subject of this book by Rob DeSalle. DeSalle is the curator of the American Museum of Natural History, and this book is based on a popular exhibition which opened there in 2017. One of the basic questions the author tackles is why humans have evolved such a gigantic brain. Brains are not needed for perception, since even single-celled organisms can sense and respond to their surroundings. Plants, fungi, and many other animals get along just fine with no brains or rudimentary ones. Our large brains, perched precariously upon a narrow neck, puts us at risk for fatal injuries from falls. Our head position made sense when our ancestors walked about on four legs. Rising upright and moving on two legs changed the equation, but our body design could not be radically reconfigured after the change. One of the overarching themes of the book, Our Senses, is that the process of evolution is not particularly efficient. It finds a solution that improves survival chances and then builds upon it, much like a 19th century farmer constructing a homestead a room at a time as he can afford them. The result is a jerry-rigged brain and senses that work fairly well, but not as well as they could. The placement of our eyes gives us stereoscopic vision, but restricts our field of view. The processing of light at the back of the brain instead of close to the eyes means that damage along the nerve route can result in blindness or distorted vision. DeSalle burrows down to the genetic and biomolecular level to show how mutations, natural selection, and genetic drift have crafted our senses, allowing our species to dominate the planet. The long process by which we discovered how our senses operate and what causes them to sometimes fail makes up the bulk of the book. Paul Broca's autopsy on the brain of a man who lost the ability to speak led to the discovery of the part of the brain that processes speech. Experiments with patients who had hemispheres of their brains separated to stop seizures resulted in the realization of the now familiar right versus left brain symmetry in the processing of sensations. But the great breakthrough came with the genetic sequencing and functional MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, scans. We are now able to identify at least some of the genes involved in sensation and see which parts of the brain are activated by the senses. I found the most interesting chapter to be the one on synesthesia, the rare condition in which two or more senses are linked. For example, a sound may produce a sensation of taste or color. It turns out that identifying such people is more difficult than it appears. Some people can trick themselves into thinking that they are synesthetes when they are not. Our Senses is a dense book packed with information and a specialized vocabulary that will have the general reader reaching for a dictionary from time to time. But those who stick with it will be rewarded with deeper insights into how we humans experience the world around us, and indeed, what makes us human. The book is Our Senses. The author is Rob DeSalle. This has been another Man in Gray book review. Thanks for watching.